What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie298 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And this is my rambling series. It's my vlogging series in which I talk about myself and life and the universe and everything around us as things that are particularly interesting to me. And I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff today. I'm going to talk a little bit about the YouTube dramas and the content that's going up on the channels. I'm going to talk about my health and my life a little bit. I'm going to talk about stress. I'm going to talk about social media and the stress of this job and how it can affect you. We're talking a little bit about virtual reality and gaming. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. So let's start with the positive first. We are finally here. Now, on March 28th, for a lot of people that pre-ordered, the Oculus Rift will be shipping. I did not get my pre-order in quickly enough. Mine does not come until May. And no, I didn't get like a free review one or anything like that, which kind of sucks. I wish that I had, but I certainly did not. HTC Vive will ship at the beginning of April. Mine will ship then. I got my pre-order in early enough. I know a lot of you are like, hey, Boogie, a lot of YouTubers did get one for review purposes. Seems like everyone I know did. You didn't. I didn't. That's fine. You win some, you lose some. I'm happy either way. Glad to pay for the technology. But it's an exciting time because 20 years ago, I used virtual reality for the first time. I tried the Virtual Boy, and I don't count that because that wasn't virtual reality. That was just garbage. I did try this headset. Guess it was in 93. Wow, a lot longer than 20 years ago. But I was on campus at the University of Virginia Wise, and they had like this fun day where they brought like the sumo suits and the balls and the bouncy pits and shit like that. But they also brought virtual reality, and I tried it for the first time, only for about 5 minutes, and it was terrible. It was just terrible. It was like vector graphics, and it was just bad. Giant TV strapped to your head. It was super heavy. It was uncomfortable to use. It was unfun to play. But I thought, man, if this ever gets good, it's going to be amazing. Well, it's pretty damn good. Having used several of these machines, I'm pretty excited. I know a lot of you are not, and that's okay, but just know that I super am, and I can't wait to play them. Man, I don't know. Maybe I worry about that. I might not be able to use the Vive because I know a lot of the experiences have been designed to get up on your feet and walk around, which I can't do a lot of. But if I can do some of it, it'll help with my exercise and stuff like that. Same with the Rift. Same with a PlayStation VR when it comes out. So let's talk about one of the pieces of negativity. Today I got my pre-order in for the PlayStation VR. No, I won't be getting a free version of that either. Unless you want me to, Shuhei. Give me a call, Yoshida. But I got my pre-order in. I talked about it on Twitter. And, people, God, just like some people are so mad about that. I guess it's a lot of people who don't have access to it or they don't think the technology is interesting or whatever. But, like, they just come at you like, oh, I can't believe you're pre-ordering. You tell us not to pre-order. Now you're pre-ordering. Well, yes, because I review stuff for you. And so when I pre-order something, I purchase something like this, I take the risks so that you don't have to. And some of the revenue comes back through you guys watching the videos and stuff. Not certainly enough to cover an HTC Vive or an Oculus Rift or probably even a PlayStation VR from a single video. But overall, as a general rule, with all the ad revenue that comes in, you guys help me afford this stuff. Then I purchase it as part of the deal is you helping me, I'm helping you by cracking that stuff open, unboxing it, showing it to you, and then you get to make an informed decision yourself. That's the deal. I pre-order so that you don't have to risk wasting your money. Like, that's the entire point. Oh, I can't believe you're investing in a failed technology. I don't know that it's failed yet. I'm willing to give it a shot. Oh, you're a fucking Sony pony. Why wouldn't you get a Vive? Well, I got a Vive too. But the point that I'm making is there's these people that are just, I'm going to call it for what it is. And I feel like because I've been one of these people, I can say this. They're very, okay, let me put it in a nice way. Let me try to put it in a nice way. When you choose to work with the public, you don't get to choose who you work with. And I've worked in the retail industry. I've worked in the service industry. And I can tell you a lot of customers can be imbalanced and upset and crazy and weird and unhappy people. And if anybody who's worked in the service industry or retail or whatever, you know that I'm talking the truth. That's absolutely the truth. And that's what it's like to work on YouTube or Twitch or social media or whatever. The bigger the group of people you're working with, the more of those people you end up having to deal with. And it can be really frustrating, and it's been very frustrating for me this last week. These very relentlessly negative people. For example, now, if you're watching this video, I'm going to presume you're fairly balanced and normal person. If you're watching one of my rambling videos, chances are it's because you care about me as a person, and that proves that you have some empathy and that you're probably doing all right. So I'm not talking about you. Just know in advance, I'm probably definitely not talking about you. But some of these people, they go so far out of their way to shove this shit down your throat. And it's bizarre to me because I don't really like Adam Sandler's movies. I don't really like most of his recent movies. I really disliked Pixels. I never really tweet that at him. I'm not ever like, hey, Adam Sandler, go fuck yourself, you piece of shit. Your movies are garbage. Like, it's never occurred to me to do that. And if I ever got Adam Sandler's attention for like 30 seconds, you know what I would say to Adam Sandler? I would say Punch Drunk Love is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life, and it's in my top 10 favorites. And I'm so glad you made it, and it showed your range as an actor, and you're incredible, and it's a love story that'll stay in my heart till I die. That's what I would say to Adam Sandler. So it's difficult to understand when somebody sees one of my videos or sees a tweet that they don't like, to go out of their way to tell me how much they fucking hate me and how much they wish I was dead and what a piece of shit they think I am. That's generally a very imbalanced, unhappy person to do that, I think. And the bigger your audience gets, the more of these people you deal with. And so it makes it difficult to use your social media. It makes it difficult to use your Twitter and your Facebooks and whatever, which is part of my job, really, to interact with you, to post in the comments, to talk to you on Twitter, to answer your emails. And, the first time I read, hey, kill yourself, you piece of shit, like, I was like, wow, that guy's pretty fucking unhappy. Whatever. And it's pretty much the same the first time I read that in a day. Hey, fuck you, you fat fuck. The first time I read that in a day, I'm like, whatever, that guy's having a bad day. Well, I'm fine. The second time you read it, it's a little depressing. The third time you read it, it's super depressing. The fourth, the fifth, and sixth, and seventh time. And I'm just trying to get through my Twitter feed to see who needs what from me, to talk to the people that need talking to. And oh, you fat fuck, I wonder if that dog will outlive you. Oh, I wonder if your wife will kill herself the day you fucking die on her. Oh, and it's not what they're saying isn't true. It's just a real shitty thing to say. Sometimes it's not true. Sometimes it's blown completely out of proportion. But most of the time, it's just fucking terrible. And so I know a lot of you are like, well, Boogie, what about the good comments? I leave you good comments all the time. I leave you good tweets all the time. Thank you so much. Like, thank you so much. Because if that's all it was just those fucking lunatics, I would have quit this job years ago. I would have went back on fucking disability. I would have fucking went back to work at retail. I would have done anything else if it was just that. You make this job not just bearable, but wonderful, but pleasurable. You counteract these people with all of that nice shit. I love it so much. It is the lubricant that I slide across this life in. Like, literally, it's because of you that I feel ready and happy every single day. And you cancel out this stuff. But some days it still gets to you. About once a month it gets to me, and I lose my mind, and I make a rambling video about it, and I know you're tired of hearing about it. But it helps me to talk about this the same way it helps me to talk about it on Twitch earlier tonight. It makes me feel a lot better, and I'm so glad that you're there to help me with this. And let me say this. I have had much worse cases in my life, and the statistical chances that you are having a much worse situation in your life right now than I'm having is very, very real. So let me say, right now, I want to recognize the problems that you're having. I want to recognize the life that you're living, and that noticeably, it's entirely possible that you're having so much more stressful shit to deal with than anything I'll ever know. And I love you, man. I love you. I would, if I could take it for you, I would. I would. If I could snap my fingers and take all the pain from you guys watching this onto me, I would do it. I don't think I would think twice about it. Like, if that could be my superpower, I would use it. But I have personally been through so much more shit. If this is the worst thing I have to complain about in the day, I'm a very happy man. So please don't get me wrong. But the stress gets in there and it rattles around. One other thing I wanted to talk about this week, and this will make probably its own video later in the week, but I want to just see what you think about it here. I want to talk about the drama that I'm talking about on YouTube. Now, a lot of people have been critical of me, saying, oh, Boogie, you're turning into like drama alert, you're doing whatever. Anything but that's the case. Whenever I make one of these videos, I make them for a very specific reason. I pick topics like Nicole Arbor or Leafy to make a point. I don't make one of these videos about all the drama. There's plenty of drama that slips through the crack that I don't give a shit about. I don't talk about the Minecraft pedophiles because I have nothing to add to that. I don't talk about, all this fucked up shit that happens. But when I feel that I have something to add, that's when I talk about it. And it all goes back to something a director once said. I wish I could remember the director. I can't find the quote. I tried to find it before the video. He said, if I wanted to make a video, let's say, about trans people, right? And that's not the example he used, but let's use that as an example. Say if you want to make a movie about trans people, and to get people who normally don't really think about transgendered people very much to think about transgendered people very much, you can't just make a movie called Transgendered People. Because people who don't think about transgender people, or maybe don't even like them, would never go see that movie. But if you make a movie called Boondock Saints, which is about a couple of Irish kids shooting up their neighborhood to clean it out, and you just happen to put a transgendered character in that video, in that movie, then people will be exposed to the transgender character and think, well, maybe I like the character, maybe transgender people aren't all that bad. That's how you influence people in that way. So one of the things I try to do when I do these drama videos is I try to influence people in that way. I will take the topic that they are very interested in, H3 versus Leafy, grade A versus bananas, or whatever. Nicole Arbor, is really mean. She beat up Matthew Santora. I will talk about that, and then I'll add the subtle thing that I want to really talk about. When it comes to the Fine Brothers, I talk about YouTube as a community and how we are preyed upon by MCN so that you learn more about that. When I talk about Leafy versus H3H3, I talk about the right way to do that type of content and the wrong way, the harmful way and the non-harmful way. And that any prospective YouTubers out there who might like to make that type of content might see my video and say, I'd rather do it the way H3H3 does rather than Leafy, because it seems like people like that more. And to subtly influence people and talk about ideas that normally we wouldn't be able to talk about. I can't make a video that says, hey, don't be an asshole on YouTube. I don't think a lot of people are going to watch that. But they will watch Leafy versus H3, also don't be an asshole on YouTube. And that's why I do it. That's why those drama videos are so important to me. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I think that'll make its own video one day, and I hope that you'll be interested in watching it when I do. Guys, I'm going to let you go here. I got a timer going now, so we're at 12 minutes, 11 seconds. I'm going to say this is going to be right around 13 minutes. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for listening to me to rant and ramble. Thank you for listening to me be frustrated with the world. I'm going to go make some videos for my gameplay channel now, which I haven't been updating to as much as I'd like. I got some unboxings to do. I got some cool stuff, and hopefully you'll be able to watch those there. Guys, I love you very much. Girls, I love you very much. I thank you for watching. And I'll speak with you again soon. 12 minutes, 40 seconds. Mwah. See ya.